As Viperoon pointed out there, well, we'll find out, ladies and gentlemen, because we're going to get into those pick and bans right now. RIX with a nice answer, but look what's happened. QUESO back on the blue side. And of course, that will change things around once again, gives them that Rift Herald control that they've been craving for throughout this tournament.
Let's see the Camille banned away by RIX. They're not going to let that go. Team QUESO too comfortable for them, or so it feels. And now Team QUESO going back to their usual ban strategy. Do we see the Ahri ban? That didn't seem like it was as much of a problem for RIX that time round, so I imagine the Galio takes precedent here.
Well, there is the Riven ban. We're not allowing Snitch, Leon, Doom, whoever wants to play it. Maybe we're going to see Clue jumping on it next time. I don't know. See which way they're going to have it, but either way, it's down to RIX to make a ban. Will they go with the Ziggs ban and keep that away? No, it will be the Kha'Zix once again, taking that away from Andreas and making sure that he cannot have it. Was very impactful in the opening game with it.
Does mean that either you ban Galio or Ziggs here, because I don't assume that Team QUESO bans Ziggs unless they are not comfortable playing that in their comps. So RIX then have to make that choice, and I feel like Galio at this point feels very difficult for RIX to deal with. So I guess you make that choice between Galio and Ziggs when it comes to the final ban, and whether, you know, depending on what Team QUESO actually want to take away, and they do ban Seraphine. Viperoon's advice went through the window, and now you've got the choice between Galio or Ziggs.
Absolutely. Which way will it be? I personally would have gone with the Galio and let the Ziggs through. It just seems more impactful, and that's exactly what they feel.
The only problem is that the Camille was one of the best answers into Ziggs, because you isolate him, make it very difficult for him to escape. They are throwing that gauntlet down to Team QUESO and saying, do you want to first pick the Ziggs?
But, of course, that does leave the Lee Sin out there, you know, multiple options that RIX will be very comfortable having. And it kind of forces QUESO into it. It's like, do you want it, Rubius? Do you want to play Ziggs?
I'll have to wait and see what these guys are.
He's discussing it. They're having a chat about it.
They're having a chat.
So far, by the way, Ziggs has been 100% pick or ban throughout the entire event.
Let's see if Team QUESO feel the same way. I mean, they did sort of lose out on that to Game Lord, for instance. Game Lord gave them the option, but they're not going to do that this time. They're going to take the Ziggs as that first pick, something that has been so instrumental for so many teams over the course of the last 6 months. And you get your hands on it, very good tower pushing potential, very good snowball potential through pure global gold advantage. As Ziggs does get locked in here for Team QUESO, but Gragas is left open. We forgot about it.
It's been fed through. It's been fed through. And with Lee Sin maybe paired with it, who knows what they're going to pair with that. And of course, Gragas is one of those champions that can play in every single lane. And they're actually taking the Renekton away from Acolyte.
Well, it could be Gragas support, could be Gragas mid, which we've seen sometimes from Southeast Asian regions. Not as popular in Europe, but you do see it over in the SEA Icon series and so on and so forth. Could also be going over to Leon, but I think with the Renekton lock-in, that's almost certainly going to be going to Leon on the top side of the map. Andre wants to take his Lee Sin again. I would not be surprised to see a Xin Zhao pickup from RIX on their next rotation. For Team QUESO, though, you need to think about how you're going to support and protect this Ziggs in the bot side of the map, but they are going to lock in the Xayah. Now, I think that the problem is you can't really answer with Rakan unless you're willing to flex the Gragas mid right now.
Okay. I mean, we still don't know where the Gragas is, whether it is going to be possibly for the support. Maybe Clue will have it. There is the Xin Zhao, as you pointed out, so locking in once again for Doom. Doom very, very comfortable on that champion.
Yeah.
We'll see exactly where this
one's that is something that slipped through the cracks recently. We talked a lot about... We
barely played, actually.
Exactly, we hyped it up a lot.
QUESO, by the way, we're talking about.
Yeah, QUESO, sorry, guys. I remember when I was casting with you, I think it was in June or July, and you sort of whacked out the stats about QUESO. Most picked champion by far.
It still is.
And still is one of the most picked champions in the Origins
I think in Southeast Asia and in Europe as well. I think like everywhere, QUESO. But yeah, we really haven't seen much QUESO throughout this tournament.
We have not, and RIX usually favors the Ezreal, but maybe feel that's a little bit too slow in this scenario. Wants a little bit more all-in potential. One of the benefits of QUESO is you can be aggressive when you need to be.
Sometimes too aggressive.
Yeah, sometimes too aggressive. We did see from Unicorns of Love, but Zach Q's Killer Instinct ults in some of the group games were very aggressive. That will be the Rakan. It's the clear pairing with the Rakan, the comfort for Team QUESO. The problem that they have is that, you know, Rakan is the only thing that's buying you space realistically here for the Ziggs. So, you know, you've got to be thinking about whether you're using that defensively or offensively. And there isn't as much follow-up.
Oh my god, we completely forgot about the Ahri. We completely forgot about the Ahri.
So
that's what...
Snitch's Ahri?
That's so, I guess. So Snitch going on the Ari. I mean, we were talking about, obviously, we totally forgot about the Ari getting through, because normally it would have been a something with QUESO. That was clearly what the debate was about at the start. It's like, well, Ari's available, we've got Ziggs available.
Ziggs, yeah.
We kind of want that. Incredible stuff. This could be a very interesting game, ladies and gentlemen. Get in there, tell your friends, tell your mom, get involved over in the chat as well, and support whoever you want to win. QUESO 2-1 up in the series in this best of 7 up against RIX GG here for the Wild Rift Origin Series Championships.
RIX have really changed up their draft style over the last 2 games. We have gone from pure side lane into like 5v5 Ball of Death teamfight style. We are seeing a lane swap coming through. Leon will be joining Snitch on the mid side here to allow Acolyte, or not allow Acolyte that free lane. But they will get the quick push as the Ziggs has got a very, very...
Oh, I like the bait. Look at this. The bait, the Acolyte has gone away.
Oh, yeah.
He pretended to be walking up, went away from the vision and went back down south. I like it.
They are going to keep the Renekton on the top side of the map here for the... I think for the reason...
Acolyte's back in mid. He's gone back. All right. I mean, that's... I don't know how I feel about that.
They're denying a lot of experience here from Acolyte, but Acolyte knows that in the 2v1 he fares a lot worse than Renekton does.
Yep.
Renekton has got a lot of wave clear built in. He's got a lot of inbuilt sustain that he can rely on the minions for, whereas Acolyte obviously can only get his sustain when it comes through actually attacking champions. Will eventually move down towards this bottom side of the map. Doom is on the wrong side to punish Acolyte this time round.
Yeah, and RIX are freezing the lane, realizing the situation they're in, so they're trying to prevent as much as they can. Ibu is going to be the dive. Here we go. Leon getting the damage down, and that will be a quick first blood. Switch it, do what you like. RIX answer it in kind. They know they get the double support there. Leon and Doom putting pate to anything Ibu and Memorize have.
I'm really interested about how that transpired. Memorized obviously roamed out to protect any rotations through the red side jungle there, but they left Ibu alone completely. Now RIX have burnt a couple of flashes for that, but it nullifies a lot of the early pressure from this lane swap that's come through from Team QUESO.
Yeah, I mean, Flash and Ignite, they're all going to be back up before they get involved in the potential Rift Herald or Dragon fight that will come about. And there's one thing that Doom will deliver when he's on that Shin Star, and that's First Blood, 2 games running. Absolutely love to see that as he gets very aggressive, very much involved. And we're talking about this bottom lane. Obviously, we've seen Acolyte on the Darius a couple of times here. Will have to be more defensive, and that's why we're seeing pretty much him staying on the tower. But I like Rix's answer. You can stay on the tower all you like. You better go to tower 2, because Doom is coming looking.
And Ruiz coming as well, though. They see him coming through, and Doom's not going to overcommit to this situation. Left a lot of free experience for Ibu on the top side of the map, and actually one thing you're noticing here is Leon is well out of it in terms of experience compared to Acolyte. Acolyte level 5, Leon level 3. So Leon needs some time to soak up some minion waves somewhere. It looks like he's going to go mid, and they're going to rotate Snitch up to catch that top lane wave.
Yeah, sticking around. Memorize also in and around mid at the moment to try and get a bit of help. Keep Ruiz there, go down, get that vision, which he's so very good at taking control, and he's looking for that right now. We're going to see a ward appear in just a moment, because that's where Memorize loves to place it. Did he put it down? Yes, he did. Put it on the blue.
Ruiz here back in mid. We have those Rift Heralds and Dragons spawning relatively soon. You can see that the lane pressure is in favor of Team QUESO to get a setup on that Rift Herald that they do like to do on the blue side of the map. Leon, not yet level 5, but will hit it crucially off this wave.
They have yet to put the wards down. Scuttle Crab, I assume, is still in the river, which ordinarily they would have picked up by now. But of course, we've still got 30 seconds to go before the Herald and Dragon spawns. And this is what I'm very, very interested to see. Do QUESO focus the Herald once again, or do they read into the fact that RIX are going to try and challenge them there?
Well, they haven't actually put any vision down, and they usually have a lot more setup.
And that's why I was wondering with the ward at blue. I was thinking maybe they're going for Dragon here.
Could go for either, but it looks now finally like Andre is moving his way over to that Rift Herald side of the map. It looks like RIX very comfortable to just trade out for the Dragon. Although I say that, it looks like they are committing resources to
Doom's up here. Yeah, Doom's up here, so they absolutely want to go for that smite fight. Scuttlecrab going away to Andreas will, of course, give them the vision that they've been craving and lacking there. But with the Herald pulled out, nobody going for the Ocean Drake just yet. Andreas keeping it alive.
There is a wave pushing into that top side, so Ibu's going to be dragged towards that top lane tier 1.
Yeah, the bonus, of course, is with the Ziggs, you got that Mega Inferno bomb that can be tossed from a large chunk of the map. So Ruiz doesn't even need to be in there to get involved, but it will be, of course, the Rift Herald being picked up by QUESO. Now, do they challenge for the Ocean Drake? I wonder. They're certainly setting up for this one. They've kept the two top laners, of course, Acolyte up against, Snitch in the top lane. I tell a lie, that's Ibu that's up there, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know, this feels a little awkward from RIX. I think they had the potential with the Darius on the bot side of the map to try and contest that Rift Herald, but they let it go for free, and they didn't commit to this Dragon side either. You can see the natural priority that a Ziggs offers you in the mid lane does mean it's very difficult to rotate out of that lane and then sort of impact these neutral objectives on the side of the map, but it looks like Doom...
He's passed over 2 wards, so they're well aware that he's coming in and around there, and that's why Acolyte's there. It looks like they are just going to give up on that. You can see they've got the ward in the river, giving the vision. Acolyte's certainly going to come close. Actually, Andreas is maybe coming down to see if he can get a cheeky smite on this one. Acolyte just showing his presence. Mega Inferno bomb comes in. The smite comes in. Is not enough. Doom will beat Andreas in the smite.
That's one of the first times this series that Doom's been able to get the smite in the 50-50. But they'll be happy with that because they've at least picked up an objective off this. Nice charm!
Oh, that's a big charm! Pulls him into the tower as well. The ignite goes down and the finish comes in. And that will be a clear kill. And now Memorize all sorts of trouble. RIX goes piling in there. And that will be a double for them. A triple, sorry, for them. And the objective, and they may well get this mid turret here, but they are going to lose out on the bottom.
Yeah, Acolyte won't be able to tank this up though, and it does look like Snitch is making his way down.
Oh, Ibu, you caught. He's going to get one out of this one. Fend is going to get away with it. Oh, my word.
RIX come alive in the early game. Look, just draft team fight, draft good level 5s, and you suddenly have a little bit more legs when it comes to contesting Team QUESO. I actually don't know if you caught that. Earlier on, Ziggs burnt his flash off camera. So that's why they went so aggressively onto the Ziggs, because he burnt that flash very early on before the Rift Herald fight. And they knew that. They timed it, and they said, fine, we're going to take a couple of kills off this, and ended up getting 3 out of it as well. Great start for RIX. Great start if you're RIX fans as well. Going to drop that Rift Herald top, though, to try and at least secure that first tower of the game. You can see they've got a wave building up for it. No one there from Team QUESO, or rather no one there from RIX to be able to stop this from happening. So will be a gold level right now if you are Team QUESO fans.
Looks like they want to focus on Acolyte in that bottom lane. I'm looking at Leon. Leon going around the backside. Doom's there as well, just getting the force down. So it's a counter effectively here, trying to focus the damage on the bottom turrets. There's going to be a trade. Now the question is Clue enough to keep them away? Because there is a Rift Herald up there that's going to get a lot of damage down onto this turret.
Yeah, they're going to have to do their best. Obviously, Ziggs can take towers super quickly with that satchel charge. Hanging around for a long time, but they haven't got it down low enough to threaten. And Ruiz is just going to pop that ultimate to clear a wave and get as much gold in as possible. They don't lose the mid lane tier 1 either, so at the end of the day, it is a tower for tower. But Acolyte, again, able to just go down the bot side of the map here, and he will be able to pick up a tier 1, as RIX are kind of left a little wanting when it comes to side lane pressure and wave management once more. That'll level the gold up nice and even between the two teams now. 200 gold separating them, which is almost nothing at this stage in the game.
Yeah, lane pressure and turret control is something that QUESO have certainly done very well at. Despite being 5 kills down, they are just 500 golds apart at the moment, because obviously the Herald doing the work there, and that's a lot of damage on a tier 2 turret there. I think they'll be happy with it so far. QUESO just avoiding the damage. Snitch comes in, and this is RIX forming up as a 5 here, not looking to gain anything from it. I thought they may be trying to look for some pressure on that mid turret, but instead they allow QUESO to get some wards down.
Team QUESO do this a lot, though. They just group up very heavily in the mid lane at this stage in the game, trying to get as much pressure down on the mid lane tier 1 as possible. And with a Ziggs, all it takes is a couple of basic attacks, bit of time on that tower, and it will drop. So you always have to be a little careful when dealing with a Ziggs and letting him alone on that mid lane tier 1. And once that drops, if it does drop anytime soon, you are looking at a lot of map pressure that goes in the way of Team QUESO. Sets up for their mid-game strategy really nicely, just controlling those side lane waves and trying to push in for Baron control.
Oh, Ruiz just avoiding that one. Memorized quick ground entrance to mitigate any problems, any damage that may well come in from Snitch there. And I just was about to talk about Snitch, actually, because it does seem the RIX are using Snitch and Leon for both side control to try and push out those waves to answer what QUESO are doing. Meanwhile, QUESO are keeping it onto Acolyte. Acolyte doing the work at the moment. covering map to map, Baron to Dragon, everywhere he goes. So he is stacking out in the gold at the moment, starting to work out well. He will be the tankiest member of the team, and it has to be, as he goes back to buy just before this Dragon spawns. Rui is caught out once again. Flash and Barrier both burn, and they have to back away from this one, and it doesn't look like it's going to work out well for QUESO. They need to get back to the tower, but Ibu absolutely sent packing back into his team. No damage going down at the moment. The exhaust will go down onto Doom, and Doom will back away, and that's surely the Mountain Drake going the way of RIX. Oh, they turned it back around. The Charm comes in and catches Ibu, completely napping. The grand entrance is a great knock-on, but there's no follow-on. Andreas tries to come around the side, but Acolyte tries to back away. He will fall as well. And RIX just completely catch them off guard with their own tool, the Mighty Charm.
The Mighty Charm Snitch. He lands another one here. And finally, starting to understand myself why Ari is considered so strong. We've got to be very careful. Friend is backing on a ward here. A stray little basic attack or a bomb from Ruiz could have picked up that kill. But Snitch has been pivotal in some of these setups. I think Ruiz was very quick to burn his flash in that previous engage, and he made him a very easy target for the RIX lineup to try and lock down. Doesn't give them a massive gold advantage though. Like all the screams, all the team fight, they're not exactly working with a major advantage coming into this Dragon fight.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't pick up the objective.
Yeah.
But maybe they just want to keep forcing that because they have, what, a 10-to-1 advantage. Still don't have a massive gold advantage yet, though.
No, again, it was just a Snitch with a brilliant charm onto a flashless Ziggs. The follow-up from Leon is great. Watch this from Doom, though. I like the engage. It was a beautiful cask from Clue, by the way. That was absolutely fantastic. But watch how the Xin Zhao ultimate buys you so much space to retreat. Doom took almost no damage there. And again, watch it again. Oh, we are watching it again. Yeah, so that was a beautiful engage, but watch Doom. Just look, takes almost no damage from this this engage, and you can't face check a Xin Zhao.
Here we go. We're going straight into it. They're going to look to try and catch the charm. Memorize going to get caught out. He will try and dash away from this one. No! Actually failed to try and escape there. Caught him off guard. Acolyte does get the pull in on Doom there. Tries to get the punishment down, but the bomb misses from Ruiz. Ruiz very low on mana as well, so it has to back here, and they did take the Dragon.
That is an objective in the favor of Team QUESO. You trade one kill for Dragon, I think, every day of the week. You'll be very happy with that, with the situation that you found yourself in. RIX desperately trying to convert that into a bit of mid-lane pressure, maybe trying to set up for that tier 1, but the wave clear from the Xayah is a little too strong to contend with right now. They're getting vision control around the Baron, but they ain't threatening it. It's too early in the game to go for a Baron at this stage. But maybe top lane tier 1 will be threatened as Clue is waiting in the wings next to that Ziggs.
It's very dangerous, I would say, to read into that kill scoreline because it's still only a 3,000 gold lead as they get caught out. Memorized, I'll tell you what, he has not been allowed to go out and get that ward control that he's so often used to doing. Andreas now in trouble. Ruiz is going to get caught out again. No flash for him. Does manage the satchel charge over the wall, though, and they get the blue, so no escape.
Yeah. Kick, though, comes out from Andre, which now maybe sets up for a tower dive potential here. Although I say that a lot of Team QUESO resources are invested around this mid lane tier 1. They're even going to burn that Ziggs ultimate, which is on a very low cooldown at this stage in the game. Happily use that to just ensure that that wave doesn't get crashed. No opportunity to take the tier 1 mid right now for RIX. They're slowly chipping away, but it is slow progress nonetheless. And as you mentioned very, very aptly, it is a minor gold lead. Despite that kill score, which is so heavily in favor of RIX, it is a minuscule gold lead really at this stage in the game.
Very dangerous to read into. Snitch coming in. It's really actually been the Snitch and Doom combo rather than Leon. Leon's been off the sides, sort of farming level in at the moment. You can see the level advantage. It is over QUESO. There's quite a few 12s already in there for RIX. So now if they were to go into a fight, they would have that level advantage. And that is quite impactful, you know, even outside of the gold lead that they have.
Acolyte is on the bot side of the map here. Doom is waiting in the wings to try and set something up, but Acolyte again. But you see this from QUESO a lot. Like they happily let Acolyte just push a side lane wave in. They happily let him just go and get a bit of free experience and create some problems in those side lanes for RIX, and then they play it safe at mid. They just group up together and make it difficult to engage on them. And unfortunately for RIX, you know, pending a charm, there isn't really a solid way to engage the fight.
Yeah. I mean, the biggest problem is that Ruiz on Ziggs. Ziggs is very good at wave clear, probably the best in the game, in all honesty. And in terms of just sort of separating out, they can quite easily leave him there to farm it up. Snitch takes a Mega Inferno bomb. Not enough to take him down, but a bit of pressure coming out from QUESO here, looking to try and punish as they force him away. Coming up river is Leon. He was going to come around the backside at the moment onto Ruiz, so they've got to be careful. That's going to be Rix's turn to engage. They will just instead step to the turret. The Ignite on Doom will run clear. Got to be careful as he eats a bomb there. They do go for the engage. Leon takes a big chunk of damage with Dominus running, and QUESO puts in a little bit of punishment onto RIX there.
Yeah, they just out-position them. They get that mid lane prio. They're constantly looking for an opportunity to get Ziggs onto that tower. You can see that RIX have to invest so much to get a bit of wave clear down.
He's got no mana. He's got no mana. They realize it. They're saying, okay, we can push you down. You can't stop this one.
Yeah.
They're going to go looking for it. Leon comes in, doesn't manage to land it. The charm goes down. Leon gets knocked off on the tower. The rest of the team replied quickly, and it's a 2 for 0 there. Didn't catch Snitch getting picked off, actually.
Might have no mana, but he's got flash. And that was a very, very nice bait there from Ruiz. He's going to get himself back into the fight very quickly. Got 30 seconds to work with.
Oh, the Grand Entrance. They managed to catch out Doom. He tries to get away from this one. Should be enough to get away to the Honey Fruit. Turn it back around. And now Ruiz is joining the party. And look at this. Andreas off the side lane. He's going to get a tier 2 turret for this. That's a massive advantage. Cloud Drake spawns. QUESO get that one. Everything going their way. Forget about that 3k gold lead they had. That has gone.
And this is brilliant for Team QUESO. They're scaling up nicely with the Ziggs. It was and I understand what RIX were looking for there. No mana, as you correctly called out. No mana on the Ziggs, but no flash as well. But he managed to flash under the tower. It was a very risky engage from RIX. I understand why they went for it. They wanted to try and get an immediate attempt at the Baron, but they had given away a lot of their advantage they worked so hard for in the early game. RIX are absolutely in this. QUESO are absolutely in this still. It is even across the board right now, but you've got to remember how hard this Ziggs scales, how much damage he deals in team fights. Always got to be a little bit worried about that if you're RIX.
So, next fight is crucial. We're 16 minutes, which is a long time in Wild Rift into this game, with the Baron and the Elder both spawning. 2 huge objectives, and neither team really can split the difference. If a big charm lands from Snitch, it could be huge. Mega Inferno bomb used, catching 3 members out there, trying to burn the hit points down, trying to separate them. I think RIX have done a great job of trying to separate here, maybe try and force the tower. Instead, they're going to go looking for the kill. They're looking locked down, memorized, but not the ideal target to stun out there for Leon.
Great vision control from QUESO. They know exactly where RIX are every given opportunity. And again, look at the wave. Ahri forced to go top.
They're sweeping as well. They're sweeping, taking away RIX's vision. So we're talking about that vision control they have. They do come in. They do keep that pressure down. The explosive cast used by Clue there to force them away from the turret.
This is so tense in our 4th game of the series. You can't help but feel the confidence is building for QUESO. That strategy just wasn't working out.
The bait from Andre.
Yeah, just a little safeguard away there. Strategy wasn't really working out for them in terms of the converting those picks into anything meaningful. They have defended their tier 1 with gusto, but not able to find those finishing blows on the tier 1 for Team QUESO. And you really feel like this is going to come down to that one big explosive team fight towards the end of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. 17.5 minutes gone as we continue. Gold neck and neck. Oh, RIX have found a little moment here, and immediately it's answered. Mega Inferno bomb comes through. That central turret so low, but unable to be touched once again by RIX.
It forces friend back to base here. He's got a huge amount of items. Look at this. He's got Rabadon's Deathcap, Liandry's, and the Ludens, as well as now the Stasis to keep him safe from any engage. He's got his both Flash and Barrier up. That's as safe as you can get with Ziggs right now. And Ruiz starting to prove why this pick is so influential, just unable to make... this one-man army stops RIX from pushing onto the mid lane tier 1, and you give him even 2 seconds at this stage in the game on a tower, and it's going to drop. Snitch now, unfortunately, not able to do as much work. Minimal gold lead in his favor.
Keeps trying to land that kick onto Snitch. Not so much to get on him, more to try and force out a flash, force out something, force out some sort of summoners to try and bait them out there. Snitch not falling for it, though. It's very disciplined from him, knowing obviously he's always got that ultimate to try and dash away as well on the Ahri.
That cooldown for Ruiz is almost back. Yeah. Almost back. Doom's trying to threaten, but
Trying to force the flash. Trying to force the flash from Ruiz. Doesn't fall for it. There goes the charm. There's a lot of damage down on Snitch coming in here. They may try and focus it, and they do. They go for it. Trying to get the damage down. Memorize will back away from that one. Doom being going gold there, trying to pull away from that one. So the pressure down, not enough, and in they goes! Andreas gets one, focuses on Doom, the tower will fall, that's going to be the main target, they're trying to get the damage down, the charm comes in on Andreas, that doesn't catch himself a kill, Leon has to use the Dominus to escape, and QUESO put the power and the pressure on.
Oh wow, what a pick onto Friend right there. Andre held his gun with that Sonic Wave. And RIX now in an awkward spot where they really can't contest this Elder Infernal. You can see the Team QUESO are going to work their way straight over towards it. Friend, did he have stasis? That's my question. Did Friend have stasis? He certainly had ultimate, which gives him a little shield.
Oh, Andreas wanted to back there, hasn't got the health. He needs to go back quickly. Now, if RIX are quick and read the situation, but they have no vision, if they were quick to read the situation, they could have maybe tried to speed up the Elder there, but instead, we're going to be back to situation 0. Friend still waiting to spawn here, though. QUESO back in position, going to make sure that wave doesn't spawn, and they have indeed started it. Look at the side, Doom is there. Memorize gets himself the ward coverage that they're looking for, but the rest of RIX are in position. They will be there to take the mid turret, but that may be all they can get.
I mean, they have to go for the Elder Inferno. That's the Exalt down. You kind of have to make this fight happen.
Mega Inferno doesn't work out. In goes Leon, in goes Clue. They're trying to look for the damage around the side. Snitch has been picked off. Doom is getting chased. He will go down. There's no smite to help out here. Meanwhile, the backline is also being punished. Ruiz goes down. That is also a couple of kills being picked up. RIX continue to chase, but now the backline is here to help them out there. Clue will get picked off on the side there. Friend Doom what he can to get the damage down, but there's the dunk coming in. Acolyte will live, and they could turn towards the Elder.
Team QUESO absolutely clinical in the late game here. And they're going for the Elder Inferno. I don't know if Leon's going to be enough to stop them by himself. There is too much sustain. That is a huge objective win for Team QUESO. They bought their time. The Ziggs coming in clutch for this game. Just able to constantly prevent that pressure being shoved into the mid.
Misery compounder. The tier 2 goes down as well.
Did Friend have stasis on that engage of the tower? That's my real question. I don't know if Friend had stasis or not, but if he had stasis, he might have been able to buy some time with the Killer Instinct as well. But that catch was absolutely imperative to Team QUESO. If they win this, they're on championship point. They're going to Horizon Cup if they can get 2 more wins. This is absolutely ludicrous. They've played this so well.
17,000 gold for Andreas on Lee Sin. You know, we've been talking about how Leon Doom can work well on Lee Sin, but let's not underestimate what Andreas has done throughout the weekend. He has been phenomenal, and he is currently in a fantastic situation with his team here. He has been catching people off guard.
036 Ziggs, by the way, and he's chunking half of Snitch's HP with a single ult, which is on about a 40-second cooldown at this stage in the game.
Baron's been done. The Baron's been finished. The Baron's going to go down here. You can see Doom's off the side there, just too late. Can't join the party, had no vision. And the Baron will be picked up. A 2-man Baron, the danger of a 20-minute game. They do manage to cast the charm down. That will catch out Memorize. Not the hugest of targets, but a good crowd control nonetheless for QUESO.
They need to take this fight now. If you're RIX, they know it. They're going for it, but Doom takes half his HP in a single setup from the Ziggs.
Which one do they deal with? Do they go for Acolyte on the top? Do they go for the mid? They have to protect one of these turrets because they're both being pressured at the moment. Acolyte with the wave, and the wave clear is all they can focus on.
They need to just engage. They just need to straight up engage.
Bomb. Mega Inferno comes on. The Ignite catches on him. That surely will be the game as Snitch goes down. QUESO will push in. Leon has to engage. They can't do anything about this one, but RIX are going to fall left, right, and center. They will get one down. The Guardian Angel will pop, but it does not matter. QUESO will get the dunk in there, and championship point will go to QUESO. They're 1 game away from victory here. Incredible.